The one statement I hate that people try to use against people, and it's that statement of "you have changed." I don't know why anyone would think that that is an offensive statement to tell someone, because the thing that I think is the scariest is where there are people who never have a change in personality, never grow, never develop, and expect you to stay in the same boxes that you've been in your whole life. So we're gonna get into this, the art of reinvention and having that main character energy in your life as we get towards the end of the year. Hello there guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Patricia, and I've really been on a journey of developing the Patricia version, which is a 4.0 or 5.0 as I get a bit older, but a little bit more confident in myself, even into my mid-30s. And I feel like there are a lot of people who want to reinvent themselves, want to be able to express themselves in a different way, in a way that other people don't see them, but sometimes they are scared. A lot of the time, people don't really fully embrace newer versions or identities of themselves because they think about what other people might think about them. But I'm here to say you don't need to do that, and there is nothing wrong with reinventing yourself and becoming a main character in your life, and I'm going to tell you how to do that. I've been on a personal journey of self-discovery. I've had a lot of therapy, and I've really been someone who's kind of diving into being like, do you know what? I actually don't care. I used to care a lot, but now I'm like, you know what? I don't care what you're going to say. I don't care what people are going to think, and I can't survive if I stay exactly the same. I'm bored and life is long. And I've had the identity of being, you know, a YouTuber, a girl in finance, the business girl, the wife, the mum, and you know what? Now I want to have a new character, and that's absolutely okay. I've talked so much about therapy and the therapy that I've had in the past, from CBT to general counseling, that has allowed me to become more confident in embracing the newer versions of myself that I want to be in. And if I pretend and say that, oh, I'm just this confident girl, I know what I'm doing, I'm just gonna do what I want, that wouldn't be true. I've had to learn how to be more confident in myself and understand my needs a lot more. Before I get into this video, I want to say thank you to BetterHelp for sponsoring this portion of the video. I think a lot more people need to have therapy so that they can get a better understanding of themselves. What I love about BetterHelp is that it's pretty quick, it's pretty affordable, and you're able to match with therapists based on your different needs. So say you're dealing with bereavement, you can find someone who specializes in walking you through that. You may have religious needs or cultural needs, you're able to find professional therapists who are able to work with you based on those. They ask you to take a quiz in the beginning to identify your needs, and then you are matched to a therapist that is right for you. Then you are able to decide how you want to stay in communication with your therapist, whether or not you want to do video calls or phone calls or text messages. You have the choice and flexibility. And if you find the therapist that you're connected with doesn't work for you, you're able to change your therapist without charge. I personally have had multiple therapists over time because I've had different needs, and that's okay. So if you're thinking about therapy, this is actually a more affordable option than seeing a therapist in person. Just go to betterhelp.com/Patricia Bright. That's www.betterhelp.com/Patricia Bright, and you can get 10% off your first month. So here's to you having an amazing therapy session. So before we go into actually how to reinvent yourself, I wanted to deep dive into the reasons why people do not do it, because you know what? The reality is it's scary. People hate to feel uncomfortable, and so they stick in the same lane and do what they've done in the past because that feels familiar. But the one thing I've learned over time is that being stagnant and not changing is actually worse than trying something that makes you feel uncomfortable. Because you can do something that feels uncomfortable, but you feel good at the end of it. Like when you go to the gym, you're like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. And then you go, you always feel good. Fear of the unknown is not a good enough reason to not try and do something new. You don't want to get stuck in your comfort zone and let that stop you from being the main character in your life and being able to reinvent yourself. Also, there is social pressures. There are people around you who know you as a certain character. They know you as the clown or the hoe or the this or the that. And a lot of the time we're surrounded by these people who have these opinions of us and these thoughts of us, and you can hear their voices in your head. You can hear that judgment like, who does she think she is? It's time to be quiet. It's time to not listen to those voices, and it's time to either get comfortable with people having something to say about you or moving despite what they've got to say. A lot of people actually end up moving town or city or country just so they have that opportunity to really embrace the new character that they want to be. I don't think you need to be that extreme, but again, understanding yourself and that, you know what, it's gonna be difficult and there is gonna be social pressures is the first step to be able to put those voices into a box so you can be the new version of yourself. And some of us are just attached to the old version. Some of us need that therapy that I've discussed to really expand on the identity you've created for yourself, for the storylines you've created for yourself, for the characters that you've created yourself. You need to really be able to separate yourself from that and be like, you know what? I'm embracing the new version of myself. Leading me to my first point, which is to embrace the change. Girl, get ready. Be ready. If you're gonna become a new character and reinvent yourself, you need to be willing and ready to be embraced. You need to be willing and ready to embrace it. Get excited. Get that feeling within yourself like, yeah, this is the new version of myself. Whether or not you need to do affirmations in the mirror, maybe you need to tell everybody in your social group, by the way, this is my new name, this is my new attitude, this is my new look, and you're just gonna do it, then do what you need to do. Always have to imagine your life like a movie or a story, and you have to see yourself as the main character. What does your main character do? What does your main character eat? What does your main character believe? What does your main character act like? What does your main character wake up in the morning and do? Start walking and talking like the main character in your story. Get clear on what that is. So, as I mentioned, you might want to wake up in the morning thinking like that new person. So for instance, my new vision, if I want to share, is I really want to be the girl who's put together. I don't want to be as chaotic and as scatterbrained as I've been in the past. Now, I am very much chaotic, right? I do a lot of different things all the time, right? But I'm like, you know what? I want to slow down. I want to be more intentional about the life that I live, the things that I eat, the way that I look, the way that I show up. I get my lashes done. I get my brows done. I get my nails, I get them done every week. I get my hair done monthly now. It's not a game. Before I'd be like, oh, I'll do it when it comes. No. Because the character that I am now, she is put together, she's flawless, and she's thriving. You need to get clear on what the story is for that new version of yourself. Does that new version of yourself wake up early? Does that new version of yourself binge on Netflix movies in the middle of the night? If that new version of yourself doesn't do that, it's time to drop those behaviors and become the new version of yourself. Set achievable goals and objectives that your new character can do. And maybe you want to start off small. Maybe it's just one key thing that you want to change. Get into it and get to it. Invest in that reinvention and self-improvement. I mentioned about the fact that I get my hair done, my nails done, blah, blah, blah. All of these things, they cost money, right? And I'm not saying you need to buy new things. I'm not saying that. However, you may need to invest time into really becoming this new version of yourself. So whether or not that's by going to the gym more for an hour a day because you're gonna be a fitness girl, or maybe it's reading a little bit more, or maybe it's cutting off the amount of time you used to spend socially, or maybe it's investing into a course or something because your new character is the smart girl. You need to work out how you're going to invest into this new version of your identity. You can't be doing what you did before because you're not going to be the new version of yourself. You're not going to be that new it girl. You're not going to be that new main character if you're not willing to put one cobber, dime, cent, shilling, penny into that character, or the time that is required to invest in that growth for yourself. You need to invest in reinvention. Affirm yourself in your new character to boost your confidence. You need to repeat to yourself who the new you is. I'm that girl. I got my stuff together. I'm fit, I'm healthy, I'm gorgeous, I'm lovable. Get into those affirmations that allow you to really embrace the new characteristic that you are. I find that it's very easy, I can't lie, to slip back into the old ways. But when you see yourself slipping back into the past versions of yourself, catch yourself, pull up yourself and be like, nope, that's not me anymore. This is who I am today, and keep reminding yourself. Surround yourself with new support and get rid of those and the energy that doesn't serve the new character you are. I find that there is a phase in everybody's life when they have to let go of the old friends, the old habits, and then you need to find new people, new identities, new surroundings that allow you to thrive in this best version of yourself. And I've been through it. I've been through realizing there are people who I know that I'm not the best version of myself when I'm around. I know that I can't be top tier. I know that they don't help me embrace the good habits that I want to have. Therefore, actually, I might need to see these people less. I might need to surround myself with these people less. And actually, I need to find better people to be part of my wider network, which might mean reaching out, which might mean connecting. And I've been doing my podcast recently as well. And every time I have conversations with certain people, I feel blessed. I feel like my cup's been poured into, and I feel like I'm taking on the energy of these new people. And you guys will notice this, like when you're not with the right people, your energy either flatlines or grows. Even as I'm having this conversation, I know there's somebody that I just need to say, it's time to go. We're not talking anymore. What? Bible, I just heard it in my head. Like, you know what? Delete and block. What? Oh my God, it happens. I'm sure there are moments where you have those reflections in your head. People need to be deleted and blocked out of your life, and some people you need to have a conversation with them. And even if you can't have a conversation with the people that you want to have a conversation with, listen to a podcast and read a book. Those people can become your people, and then you find other like-minded souls as well. Stay consistent in your journey, even when you have slip-ups. Listen, sometimes it is hard to get rid of the old. If you guys don't know, I'm from South London. Honey, I can have a moment. I know you can't see it now, but I can be ratchet. And there are moments where I'm like, if my South London comes out, you'll know. But I have to remind myself, no, she's elegant. She's got it together. She's in Forbes, darling. She's a #1 author. She's done all these things, but still, I can go back to the old ways. And there's nothing wrong with recognizing where you've come from, but also it's important to realize where you want to go and who you want to be. Stay consistent in your journey, in your new identity. My final point is, don't be afraid to change again and again and again and again, because life is about reinvention. And actually, I remember in my book, I have a chapter which is called Be Like Madonna, which is all about changing yourself over time. And again, I've had a career online for such a long time, and I've been the I spent girl, and I've been the break business girl, and I've been the makeup beauty girl, and I've been the mummy girl, and I've been the show my relationship girl. And now I'm this new version of myself who is more fashionable, who's more conversational, who doesn't buy fast fashion in a way, and wants to kind of talk about different things. This is who I am today, okay? And that's okay. And I might be someone else tomorrow. That's okay. Embrace the different phases that you want to be in and be confident in them and reinvent yourself constantly. Nothing wrong with it. Ain't no shame in you showing up and being a bit more like Madonna. So guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. In the meantime, I will catch you all later.